You have to divest yourself of all hang-ups to discover the real you, and realize that there are no possessions, everything's falling away, all your memories are holding on to illusions. Then when you thoroughly understand that, you can go back in. So you've got a marvelous picture of the world as a sort of systole and diastole, of attachment and detachment, attachment and detachment. And this takes us right back. The Bodhisattva who is liberated, who has let go and is no longer attached, given up memory, and this is the meaning of giving up your resonator. Give that up, and you find you're free. There's only the eternal now. So the Bodhisattva, instead of staying there, goes back in. And there are all sorts of funny symbolic stories about bodhisattvas appearing in the world using every conceivable kind of device in order to liberate other beings. The period in which Brahma manifests himself as multiple beings, and the pralaya is the period in which he withdraws, and everything disappears, and then starts all over again, and this goes on forever and ever and ever. It's the same fundamental myth, recreated in another form. Now you may say this is pretty monotonous, and that is one of the basic feelings. Must we go round again? So you say, oh, enough of this. Let's go to sleep. Let's stop. Time must have a stop, and so you stop. Well, when you do that, you forget that it ever happened. This is a marvelous arrangement, because then it can start all over again without your knowing that it happened before. So you're never bored. And this is a cure for being tired of it. Because if you didn't know, where the memory goes, you see. And so when you come back, there's no problem. At least no problem of boredom, of remembering the past. There's going to be all sorts of new problems. But you won't know you've had any problems before. So that won't worry you until you begin to accumulate memories again, and you've had these problems, and it's becoming a bore dealing with problems, and then you get rid of yourself. It's called death. It's a beautiful arrangement for keeping everything young and new, and for keeping the universe running without getting tired of itself. These are the two motions, fundamentally then represented by the male and the female, the in and the out, the now moment, and the memory. Memory creates the future as well as the past. You wouldn't know you were going to have anything happen tomorrow unless something had happened yesterday. You figure because the sun rose yesterday and yesterday and yesterday that it will arise again tomorrow. If you didn't remember it, you wouldn't know there was going to be any tomorrow. Because there isn't. Tomorrow is an illusion. So is yesterday. Simply isn't here. Where is it? You may feel, as you think these things over, that you are almost on the verge of going mad, involved in the contemplative state. But don't worry. Let go and swing with it. Because it'll always bounce. And what gives you the sense of going mad is that you think you're not in control, and that it's all lost. Someone else is going to take over. Or something else is going to take over. Well, of course it has to. Because, like you say, when you've driven long enough in the car, you say to your wife, will you drive for a while, please? You want relief. Or something else has to take over. But it's all you. So do you see how the nature of being is constructed in this extraordinarily fascinating way? It constantly renews itself, and therefore is worth going on by eternal forgetting and getting rid of itself.